hair is so crazy. Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome if you are new to the channel, and welcome back if you love me. I love you too. Really, y'all catching me like this? In my robes, you know Spirit has me doing some shit. Got it at a crazy hour. Doesn't give me no time to get ready ever. I just got off work and Spirit was niggling at me in the fucking ride home. Like, Grace, you're going live when you go home. And I'm like, Spirit. All right. So we're pulling a message in divine time for you guys. The Harrow cards are out. So, you know, get your popcorn. We never know what the fuck the Harrow is going to bring. I've also got my energy alignment deck, the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans, Traditional Rider-Waite. And then I've got the White Light Oracle and the Oracle of the Dragon Fae for guidance. So, before we get into all that, and I'll put a timestamp in the comments and the description for after the live is over if you guys want to fast forward through Pineapple Charming. But for those of you who don't know what Pineapple Charming is and you're new, Pineapple Charming is a discernment pineapple. There are literally thousands of charms inside of Charming. And I pull them out to help you discern, because a lot of times on YouTube and Facebook with different readers, people try and force readings to fit. And not every reading that is collective is meant for you, right? Personal readings are one thing, but collective readings are different. So the charms are to help you discern. If one or more charms resonates with you, then there is a message in here for you. If no charms resonate with you, that's fine. Trust your discernment. Okay. Trust your discernment. All right. Is that it? No. All right. That's good. Thank you, Chalmy. It's always a pleasure. Okay. So we've got a tomato. You may be watching movies lately because I literally just heard rotten tomatoes. You might be dealing with tomatoes in your garden. They might be rotten. All right. We've also got a lunar moth. 222. So twos may be synchronistic for you right now. You may be born in February or on the 22nd or be 22 years old. Maybe you're born on the 22nd minute of the second hour. Who knows? We've also got our astronaut, I need more space charm. So nod to Aquarius. We've got our smoking pipe. You may be smoking a pipe right now or just prefer one in general. We've also got our rainbow angel wings. Anytime this charm comes out, it reminds me of the LGBTQ plus community, especially if you had one of them who has passed away. Okay, they may be coming through with a message or information for you, or it might just be about them in general. All right, we've also got one of my mood charms. It's our happy rain cloud. Okay, this is an energy where you may be dealing with a certain level of sadness, but you're pushing through it and spreading good love energy anyway, right? You're not actually letting your mood affect the moods of other people. We've also got 333, so nod to March. Maybe you're 33 years old. Maybe you were born in the 33rd year, 1933. Cheers to you. We've also got a bottle of Hennessy here. So Hennessy might be your poison of choice, but it could be any liquor. We've got our ram, so nod to Aries. We've got a feather, so you could definitely have ancestors or angels coming through for you as a part of this message. You may be finding feathers lately. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, so Jupiter energy. You could have Jupiter in Aquarius or Jupiter in Aries in your chart. We've got the sun charm. It reminds me of Godsmack, this specific sun. So Godsmack may be synchronistic for you. We also have our purple unicorn, and it reminds me of My Little Pony. So you might have been a fan. We also have the white rabbit, nod to Alice in Wonderland, and Jefferson Airplane. We have a butterfly. So butterflies may be popping up more often for you right now. We also have a red apple. So you could have eaten one. You may also be a teacher or in education of some kind. You may also be a student. We have our crab here. So nod to Cancer. That means you could also have Jupiter in Cancer. We've got a purple crown. And cherries. Okay. You may have any of these as tattoos, right? Feather tattoos, unicorn tattoos, cherry tattoos, apples, butterflies, bunnies. All right. Other zodiac signs. Again, you could also have Jupiter in any of these signs. And you could have any of these in your big three or any other major placements like Mars, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, things like that. All right. We've got double Scorpio. So you may have 2 significant Scorpio placements, at least one. I've got Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Taurus. Any of those could be 9th house rulers as well because of the Wheel of Fortune energy. For charms. Now, the charms are color-coded for those who need it super specific, but don't get hung up on the colors. It is literally for those that need like that bitch slap from spirit, like pay attention. So black is yin. It is feminine dominant. White is yang. It is masculine dominant. Blue is for boys. Pink is for girls. It doesn't matter to me what you resonate as long as it makes sense to you. We've got a blue C. We've got pink U, R, W, P. Black, we have B, K. And white, we have R, J, T. Really, the only vowel we have out here is U. Let's see. JT could be your initials, or they could pertain to someone, RJ, TJ, Junior. These could be abbreviations for different countries that you live in. I've got like CT for Connecticut. And rub. Maybe you need a back massage, or you're dealing with allergies and you've got Vicks Vapor Rub on. Prayers to you if that's the case. I fucking hate allergies. I've also got burr. B-U-R-R. So burrs, I know there has something to do with like horses or something like that. Like burrs on cowboy boots. Is that what it is? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Could be dealing with burrs in some which way, shape, or form. If it's significant for you, it's significant for you. I've also got JK. So maybe someone has said it recently in a text message, or maybe you did, like JK, just kidding. But I don't actually like the energy I got off of it. So they might have put JK, but maybe they weren't joking. All right. I've also got UT, so Utah. All right. I think that's it for the charms. If I see anything else that pops out, I will let y'all know. We're going to get into the message. Okay. BC, British Columbia. All right. So we're starting with Harrow. For those of you who are not familiar with Harrow, it comes from the world of Pathfinder. They are Dungeons and Dragons cards, but they work very well in real life oracle readings, which is why Spirit guides me to them all of the time. So we're going to pull some Harrow, and I have my energy alignment deck, and we're going to pull some from the archetypal cards, the Wild Unknown archetype cards, just to get an overall idea of who we are dealing with and what overall energy. I feel like the archetype cards are going to give us an overall between whoever is out here. I feel like there's at least 2 people. Spirit. What's going on? What's going on that you would guide me in this divine time for those who are meant to catch it? All right. So I've got the publican out with the owl. Interesting, because that needle and thread came out recently in a reading and it's back here on the owl. So if you resonated to that reading and you remember it, chances are there's something in here for you too. What else? What's the other energies? Ooh. Paladin came out reversed, so misalignment. I feel like there's another card with it. And the winged serpent. All right. Bottom of the deck is the uprising and the avalanche is on top. I think that same reading with the needle and thread had the avalanche on top as well. So this is going to be an interesting, this is like major tower energy between avalanche and uprising. So we're going to see where that goes. We're going to see where that goes. What is the energetic alignments of these 2 people? What else? Cool. We actually got all 3 upright chakra cards for that one. And where's the second one? I don't know. I'm not about to jinx it. Wow. I don't know if we've ever had all upright chakra energies come out. There's almost always a shadow. The cards will flip and all the shadows are on the other side. But we got all chakra upright cards on this one. So I'm really liking that. I mean, to be fair, receptive came out sideways. So I'll talk about it. Noted. But it came out in the front face. Okay. And then what is the archetypal energy between them? Kairos. That's an awesome card. I had a feeling. I was hearing, Spirit was giving me that Miley Cyrus song, The Climb, was playing on repeat in my head as I was getting ready to go live. So let's get into that. Let's get into Kairos first. All right. This is the overall energy between the 2 of you. It's mythic time and synchronicity. It says, we have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. When this card is light, it feels like alignment and ease in decisions and actions. When you are in misalignment of this energy, it feels like you are fighting against time. If you want to go deeper, into the meaning of this energy, you can look into Felix Gonzalez Torres's Untitled Perfect Lovers. It also says the word evil comes from the root unripe. Consider that everything has a time of ripeness, and when it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. It says also compare the Greek words chronos and kairos. This will guide you to an understanding of logos and mythos. Really, so time outside of time, that feeling of time standing still, and you don't even realize how much time has passed. Like if you've experienced that, that's divine timing, you know, and in a lot of ways. So getting into the cards, the publican and the owl. They're both wisdom cards. So in D&D, the publican is chaotic good. So it's a spark of good, right? Good because it chooses to be good and it has its own idea of what good is, right? They have their own moral code and compass. The publican represents fellowship and camaraderie, a place of refuge for those in need. Most would find the Cyclops inconsequential, but he has insights relevant to the reading or quest. So this person, especially with the owl, they know something. The owl is a neutral card, so chaotic good and neutral, represents the eternal wisdom of natural order. It is the harsh realism that causes a pack of wolves to cull the weak in the herd. It is tragic for the culled deer, but through such actions, the herd grows stronger. The needle the owl holds binds life together, but just as easily can pick life apart. So this person, they came out with receptive, honest, and sympathetically understanding. The reverse of receptive, because it did come out sideways, is the bleeding heart blind narcissist. So this person may have been narcissistic or had narcissistic tendencies at one time, but they're coming out of that. This is someone who communicates very clearly and can sympathize. So this might be a narcissist who got wrapped up inside of another dynamic ship with a narcissist who was probably worse than them. And they have a different level of understanding now. Okay. This person, if anything, is seeking friendship, or you may find yourself willing to at least be friends with this person. I feel like there's a certain brilliance about them. But I feel there's a temptation that itches at them to go back into that shadow. So this person, especially if they do drink, right? Because you've got the bartender here. The publican is a bartender. I'm also getting social niceties. So they might very much understand or think they understand what they want people to hear. Like they might say what they think they want people to hear as a form of almost like manipulation to get information, to make people trust them so that they're more open to kind of feel or probe where people really are, right? In their feelings or their stance. Because there's something about that owl. Like they know they're probably a really good read on people for the most part. For the most part. They definitely have the gift of spiritual sight. But it doesn't mean that that doesn't get over on them sometimes. Like they might be too smart for their own good sometimes. That's person number one. Person number two, we got the Paladin in the reverse and the Winged Serpent. Winged Serpent is also a wisdom card. So this person's no dummy. And it came out with the Strength card with the Paladin. Now the Paladin is lawful good. So in the reverse, it could tip into chaotic evil. The Paladin symbolizes standing strong in the face of adversity. The Paladin does not back down under any circumstances. This card usually indicates the need to stay course or do what one knows is right, even if it takes a heavy toll. If the card is misaligned, the course could be foolhardy. So this is someone, I feel like this person would be willing to back down if they were faced with information that contradicted what they believed to be true. If someone gave them proof or evidence, because the Paladin isn't stupid either. You know, I feel like this person has a certain belief system. But if they were presented with facts, they would respectfully accept that they were underinformed with the previous belief system that they had. Because they know that doing what is quote unquote right, even against evidence otherwise, because they were taught it was right or told it was right, but there's evidence otherwise. I think this person understands the weight of such a miscalculation, the consequences of it. And it might be because they've been in this misaligned energy where they followed a certain course, a certain belief system, and ended up being wrong, and they felt foolish, which I think is where that wisdom comes in with the Winged Serpent. Now, the Winged Serpent is a lawful good card. So this good cards. All right, the Winged Serpent is a powerful being. Knowledge and prudence are separate keeps bridged by understanding. The 𝗏𝗏 represents this bridge, knowing where now is the time to strike. This individual, in regards to the first person, especially if this person was narcissistic to person number two, if the publican was narcissistic to the Paladin, because whoever the second person is, they're a divine child. They're a divine child. You do not fuck with them and get out unscathed by the divine. So if person number one at some point was narcissistic and taught the Paladin to not believe blindly in love and empathy, right? That you can believe a certain person is their potential all you want, but the face value reality is the face value reality. Like, as an example, person number two could have wholeheartedly believed in the potential of person number one. But person number one repeatedly kept showing person number two, that's not who I am. I know you see it in me. but my actions and my behavior and my choices are countering the reality of everything that you believe. You believe I'm a good person. You believe I'm capable of healing. You believe that I am capable of being good. But I'm showing you I'm psychologically fragmented. I'm shattered inside. I'm putting on a hard facade, and I have a way with words that, you know, is playing games with you. I think that person number 2 came out of this dynamic a lot wiser. A lot wiser. Like, I don't even know if person number 1 anticipated, especially if them being in that energy broke people before, or they assumed that person number 2 would be broken. Person number 2 did not break. They got fucking smart. They got fucking smart. This person is a bridge. They're a spiritual bridge. They know that they're capable of bringing people from a fragmented state to a whole state, from an unlovable state to a lovable state. They presented the bridge, person number 2. They presented the bridge to person number 1, and person number 1 burned it. That's what I'm feeling at some time in the past. And because this is out with Kairos, I think that this is a connection beyond time. All right. This is probably something that has gone on for a very, very, very long time. Probably a red thread kind of connection. Person number 1 thought the person number 2 was going to break, and they didn't. Person number 2 also came out with flowing, grateful, and passionate. All in the upright. This person's connected to their divinity. They're connected to their heart space, and they live life with passion. I think this person is an all or nothing kind of person. They don't half-ass anything that they do. When they love all in. When they work all in. If they're a parent all in. If they're a friend all in. Like, this person doesn't understand what it's like to be a half-ass person. Person number 2. That's a special person right there. That's a special person right there. You don't meet people like that all the time. You might meet them once in a lifetime. That's an unbreakable person. Like, something that coulda, shoulda, would have broken them just made them wiser and stronger. Interesting. Let's get some context. What was the past that brought these two to where we find ourselves now? What's the past that transpired? What happened? What happened? All right. Okay. I've got the Ace of Wands on bottoms with the Four of Cups on top. Three of Cups is clarified by the Judgment in reverse. Two of Wands clarified by the Nine of Cups. And the Six of Coins clarified by the Magician in reverse. What happened with these two that brought them to where they are? Someone definitely had a third party that they were still attached to. Something, and it's probably I'm feeling like it's the publican. They had a third party that they were attached to. There was some kind of emotional draw there, and quite possibly a really sexual connection with the Ace of Wands. And if they've got strong Leo energy in their chart, and they're really like in their mind, yeah, they had a soulmate that they thought the ground they walked on was fucking gold. Okay. And they went towards it. They went towards it, and it ended up being a really heavy burden. It ended up being a really heavy burden. I think they were highly sympathetic. I think that they were in it to win it. I think they were putting in all kinds of effort. And they were kind of ignoring the divine. They were ignoring the truth. They were defending their own personal truth, but they were denying the capital T truth, okay? They might be dealing with a lot of arguments over money. Because whatever this third party was, it was unresolved and it was past life, but I feel like they made the wrong call. The Judgment in the reverse on that Three of Cups, I feel like they made the wrong judgment call. And now they're kind of stuck sitting there with their arms folded because it was the wish they wanted. Like, they got it. Whatever wish they wanted, they got it. But they're completely leaking money. It's a one-way monetary thing. And the person's highly manipulative. So like if the publican got into a third party dynamic and were hung up on the third party dynamic, that they could not lustfully disconnect from it, they couldn't emotionally disconnect from it, that they became fixated on it, they got it. They hurt the second person, the paladin, in the process. And they went after the third party only to realize it's not necessarily what they wanted. I feel like the publican is more receptive to what the paladin was offering than now. But they still deal with that. It's that unworthiness energy. That's why they ended up in the situation that they're in. I like it, but it's like, it's almost like the publican thought the paladin was a little bitch. But they weren't. But the paladin wasn't. Like, they came back stronger and wiser, right? After this connection ended, they didn't break. They got stronger and wiser. And the public, whatever situation they got into, it feels like they became someone's little bitch. Like they're someone's wallet, someone's play toy, to help them live their life. Like they became someone's bitch. They feel like they missed an opportunity. And you know what? They probably felt like being with the paladin, they were going to miss an opportunity to be with this third party. And now that they got the third party and they got what they fucking asked for, they're feeling like they missed an opportunity with the paladin. So where are these two now? Because maybe this is the past, or what you as the viewer don't see, right, going on in the background. That's what that could have been. Could be the past energy. It could be what's going on in the background that you are not necessarily privy to. So that might be divine confirmation for some of you. So where are they right now? Where are these two energies right now? Hey, Shay, how you doing? I'm good. Here in divine time as always. Where are these two right now? All right, that definitely feels like the public. And where's the paladin at right now? I don't feel like these two are in communication at all. Not literal communication. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. Top of the deck is the Knight of Cups. I think someone's going back and forth about communicating. It's probably the publican, because they had lots of communicative energy with their cards. They have a way with words. Where are the publicans at right now? I've got the Three of Wands with the World card. So they're at a certain point in their journey where they cannot move forward on their journey. Like life might still be moving forward. Days might continue passing, but there's no growth. Like the actual journey to growth and healing and moving forward on their spiritual path, wherever they're at right now, it's stopped. And they're at war with their emotions. The Queen of Cups clarified by the Five of Swords. They're at war with their emotions. And with the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Wands. They might not know how to reopen the door. They might be really stuck in their head because they don't know how to create a spark to get the publican back on board with them. Regardless of how intelligent or wise they think they are. Like I feel like they want to communicate with the Knight of Cups. But if they really were narcissistic and did the paladin dirty, and the paladin came back stronger and wiser, like they fucked up. I'm also getting an interesting energy off the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Wands. Spirit, give me a yes or no card. Am I on the right track with that? Because I don't want to say it and put ideas in y'all's heads if it's not possible. Yes or no, Spirit. That's a fucking maybe card. Okay. So there may be rumors about it, and or you have a fear about it. So the only way that you would know for sure is if they went and got STD tested. Okay. You would only know for sure if this person went and got STD tested, because for some of you, they may be having anxiety about coming back because between then and now they contracted something. And that might be a fear you have. So if you do end up in the reality of said person again, you might want to make sure they get tested before you're intimate with them. But at the very least, they really do not know how to start. They don't know how to start. Where the Paladin is. They came out with the Ten of Wands and the Four of Cups. The Ace of Swords with the Star card. And the Three of Cups with the Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I don't feel like that's happened yet. At least not that they're aware of. Because this is the present, right? We're talking about where they are right now. The Ten of Wands with the Four of Cups. I think this person is doing a lot, possibly everything. And Spirit is offering them the cup. And they might be a little bit bitter. I'm asking Spirit if that's the right word. Begrudgingly. Like they do it all pissed. The Paladin, that the publican kind of didn't take the bridge, right? They had the opportunity to take the bridge and they burned it instead. And so now this person, especially if this is like a high counterpart thing, right? Because this is outside of timelines. This is Kairos energy. They moved forward on their own. And Spirit may have offered them certain cups that they rejected because they were still working through the healing. But the truth is they are healing. Like the Ace of Swords with the Star. That is big time clarity and major, major healing. And they have a wish. That's a divine wish coming in. Like the truth is they have a divine wish coming in. I feel with that Three of Cups and the Six of Wands, because that is joy and celebration and a victory. With the Ace of Pentacles, that's a solid new beginning. I think that person number 2, the Winged Serpent, the Paladin, they might not realize it yet, but they already manifested what is essentially a soulmate. I just don't think they know it yet. Someone might have their eye on them. And it's a major win. Like the Six of Wands is a very public win to where the publican would see it. If once this person comes forward for the Winged Serpent, the Paladin, person number 2, that's a solid Ace of Pentacles foundation. And this person, I feel, is already in their energy because they're showing up in their present. Who is it? Who is it? Soulmate, Six of Cups. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. They're coming in fast. Ace of Wands. They're super attracted to you. They're trying to figure out a way to communicate. Ace of Cups. There it is. That's it on the bottom. Spirit is bringing this person in for person number 2. Judgment. It's the balance. It's the balance. It's the justice. Wow. Wow. Yeah, person number 2 has someone who has their eye on them in a very positive way. Like joy and celebration. Someone worth celebrating. They might be dealing with their own personal thing right now. I'm not going to dive too deep into that person's energy. They'll show up when they're ready. But whatever they're involved with right now on their path, this third person who has their eye on person number 2, they're wrapping things up in order to come towards person number 2. It's almost like that Kairos energy. It's like that Kairos energy. Like if they were unaware of the paladin before, right? Person number 2, unaware of this person's existence before, all of a sudden when they became aware of them, the paladin, the winged serpent, became the only person that matters. Everything else in their life, it's like they instantly decided everything else has to go because I've got to get to this person. And it's a major victory. So yeah, I feel like they're wrapping up something, but it's literally to come towards person number 2. And person number 1, the publican, even though they've grown since being involved with person number 2, they don't know how to open that door. They don't know how to reopen it because they botched it, right? They botched it. They're dealing with a war inside themselves right now. Their mind is probably doing hella flips because, like I said, this person is probably too smart for their own good, or they think they are smarter than they are. And if they thought they were right about the paladin and ended up being grossly mistaken, now they don't know how to fix it. The door is closing on whatever chapter they're in. And should they stay in it anyway, there's no growth there. There's nothing but stagnation there. And more war and more being trapped inside the mind, right? There's more conflict. There's no growth on the path that they're on. Because they were meant to take the bridge, right? They were meant to take the bridge and they didn't. They were hung up on some past energy or on some other third-party energy that was they were manipulative, right? We had that magician in the reverse come out on the 6 of coins. Like they were manipulating this person. Whoever the publican was, if they were narcissistic, they ended up in a situation with another narcissist worse than them. And they learned some shit. But now they don't know how to get back on the side of the paladin because the paladin, the bridge burned. So how do you get to the other side? There's no bridge anymore, you know? And person number 2 is definitely manifesting some high quality partner. They're manifesting some high quality partner, someone who is considerate and honest, right? They came out with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. This is someone who communicates their feelings. They're very genuine. They're sincere. They hold compassion, and they'd probably be willing to fight for this person. It's probably a knight in shining armor type energy, right? Regardless of gender. What is the most likely outcome if neither person changed the vibration of energy they're in and they continued on the path that they're on? Because, you know, it's always within your control, guys. Tarot is tarot, but it's insight. Like, if you don't like the energy of an outcome, you can change your vibration and change the outcome. So this is going to be in the event that neither of them change their energy and they stay on the path that they are presently on in the energy that they are in. What is the most likely outcome? Okay. They're not together. Spirit's giving me the energies separate. That Ace of Wands, man. All right, so the publican, I got the Six of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Devil, and the Seven of Coin. So they end up staying with their past life soulmate, right? The one that the Judgment card was in the reverse. They end up staying on that square, and it's never enough, right? The attachment that they have to this person, everything they do, it's never enough. The Seven of Pentacles, it's not enough. They're constantly waiting for it to grow, but it never grows. They continuously try and offer love. They try and offer something solid, but there's no growth there. And there's definitely this feeling of chains, and I'm getting this like a spiritually suffocated energy. So that confirms that. For the Paladin, we've got the Nine of Coin with the Page of Coins. And I feel like that's the offer being made, right? That's the offer being made. You have 9 Pentacles, right? You're single and you're sovereign. And someone comes along and offers the 10th Pentacle, because I feel like that's what this energy, just immediately how I read it, like someone's offering the 10th Pentacle. Seizing opportunity, right? Carpe diem type energy with the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Cups with the Three of Swords and the Six of Swords. So I feel like this person takes the love cup. I think they're a little heartbroken that they have to move forward because they really did want the publican to move forward with them. I think a part of them will always feel, I don't want to say in love with the publican. I think they're already over it. But there's a part of them that will always feel bad for the publican because they know there's nothing they could do to actually save them from the fate that they're in. Because the person's wise as shit, right? They're a divine being. We talked about that. Divine alignment. That's a divine child. God, source, creator, whatever you call it. That's a highly aligned person. They're in that flow. They're grateful. Like I said, they give their all to everything. The passionate card. They don't know how to half-ass stuff. They're all in. All in or all out. When they're in, they give it everything. No matter what it is. Romance, work, friends, family. It doesn't matter. They give it 100. They don't know how to function any other way. And they go from single and sovereign to accepting a beautiful love cup and moving forward. Yeah, I think they feel bad for the publican, but not like feel bad that it stops their life. It's almost like pity. You know, it's almost like pity, because the choice the publican made, the energy that they were in that created the bridge burn, they were in pitiful energy. They went after something and they didn't realize that they were being driven by their shadows. They didn't realize that they were being driven by their shadows. And now they're stuck with them. Like someone's demons got the best of them. And if they thought they had their demons under control and that they were smarter than their demons are laughing at them. Laughing at them. Like, you're such a fool. You are such a fool. Like that's and that might be the energy in their head, like the thoughts in their head, because that's the reality. Because that's what I'm hearing. They went after some lusty thing and they didn't realize, because like if the publican was dealing with the paladin, and the paladin is that winged serpent energy, that divine child energy, and they were the bridge. They were the divine vehicle to get them from a psychologically fragmented is how I'm getting it, state, so that they could be put back together. They opted out. They opted for their shadows. They opted to stay fragmented and not heal. And they are paying the consequence of that. Oh gosh, I'm hearing the king has fallen. I'm looking over at the uprising and I'm realizing like they've got the crown on the pitchfork and everything is burning down. The demon's lanterns under that. They followed their shadow. They followed the liar. Oh my God. They followed the liar. The eclipse, their light's gone. They gave it to someone else. They've been eclipsed out. They've been eclipsed out. The crows are under that. The lost is under that. The sickness is under that. The marriage with the survivor and the fiend. That's fucking harsh. If this person at some point, if they were a divine counterpart, the divine is replacing them for person number 2, because they didn't pick the highest aligned path. Person number 2 is not going to suffer. They did the healing. They did the healing. They're flowing with the divine. They're grateful. They give their all, their best. They're wiser and smarter from the experience. They didn't break. Like, person number 2 is getting rewarded for their effort. They're not going to miss out because their counterpart flopped. Their counterpart opted to stay fucked up. So it's too little too late now, because person number 1, whoever the counterpart was, like, they see it now. They see it now, but it's like too late. It's too late. Like, the universe has already brought somebody in to replace them. High masculine energy, who literally like looks at person number 2 like there is no other person in the world I would rather dedicate myself to. Like, that's what person number 2 has come in. They have someone looking at them. Literally, as we speak, they have someone looking at them who is doing everything in their power to be that knight in shining armor for them, regardless of gender. So if you're a guy watching this, you have a female who is already looking at you, or whatever gender you prefer, you know, already looking at you like you are the whole world, and they want to give you the best everything. If you're a woman, you literally have your knight in shining armor, like doing everything they fucking can to get to you and treat you like person number one should have treated you the whole fucking time. It's probably how you were treating person number one. You have someone coming at you with that energy. High energy. I think person number one understands just how bad they fucked up. And it is literally, it's too late. It's too late. The divine would have it. The choice was when they decided to burn the bridge. When they burned the bridge, the choice was made. At that point, it was too late. The minute they decided to burn the bridge, it was too late. What's the guidance, please? We're going to start with the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. What is the guidance, please? Cards above all others. The Blue Lady. Nothing is impossible. Let's pull the other guidance card before we get into reading it. Let's just shuffle them both out. What's the last guidance card, please, Spirit? There's a winged serpent literally on the card. I'm going to put them back in because there's too many. But we've got Bastet of 174 hertz. So you might want to pay attention to meditations on YouTube and things like that that offer that level of hertz. We also have Aurora of Gamma and Obadiah. All right, so I'm going to put them back in, but we'll see if they come back out. What last guidance card, please, Spirit? Oh, there it is. Obadiah. All right, then. You gotta love when Spirit does that. It is card number 3. So 393 might be synchronistic as well. Okay. Or just threes in general, because even 39 breaks down into a 3. So let's see. The Blue Lady. It says, nothing is impossible. Nothing. Those who tell you now that what you wish for, that what you yearn for, that the road you take is too hard, too difficult, too challenging, that it is not for you. For yours is not of the adventure of the dream. Yours is a compromise and slow heartbreak. I'm here to tell you they are wrong. Do not be angry with them. They are only speaking with the voices of others who also feared. Their true voices they have forgotten and buried, because to remember them now hurts them so, as they feel the distance between who they really are and who they have allowed themselves to become. Do not fall into their illusion. Their resistance will grow stronger, so be prepared. But the strength that is within you, if fed and supported, will grow till the seemingly impossible is made real. Nothing is impossible, and your dreams have a chance of coming true. most of all, you have a chance to be truly yourself, rather than the cut down to size version that others wished you would be. There is no safety in diminishing who you truly are. So be yourself and follow the dream. Listen to your own clear, calm inner voice and be guided to do the impossible now. If you thought, because like I said, there's a winged serpent on this card. You can see the wings there, and you can see it kind of tailing down right here behind whatever her staff is. Okay. She reminds me of Goddess Kuan Yin. She's the divine mother of compassion and mercy. And she's looking right at it, right? She's looking right at that serpent there. She's looking right at it like, I see you. This is compassion and mercy. If you thought you gave your all to someone and you came out stronger and you came out wiser, and maybe you didn't ever think that you would love again, or that love, the way you love, was possible to receive from anybody else, that you thought it was impossible, and you moved forward on your journey. In your strength, right? In your wisdom, just doing as you are guided to do, because there is no other way, right? Because you don't half-ass anything. You're all in. If you're all in moving forward, then you're all in moving forward. This is to remind you that other people might not believe in happily ever after. And you're the person that proves them all wrong. People say, oh, the good guy never wins. That's impossible. The good guy never wins. You're going to show them different. Literally. The divine is showing you mercy and showing you compassion. Believe it. Believe it. You stay on your journey. You continue to follow your intuition. Trust that wherever it is guiding you, it's guiding you to what is seemingly impossible. It is guiding you to what is seemingly impossible. It's not impossible for you. You've done the impossible. The fact that you came out stronger and wiser and still give 100% of your heart to everything you do, that is seemingly impossible. You kind of blew the mind of the publican because they didn't think that was possible. You're going to continue to show them what impossible is, right? So Obadiah, it says, do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways, which contribute positive energy to our human collective. Obadiah is the Latin basis for the word obedience. Far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. The Oracle of Obadiah is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of spirit unconditionally. It means refusing to torture yourself with horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is encouraging you to connect through your heart with the spiritual light, wisdom, and guidance within. The Oracle asks you to believe in the power of spirit to show you the way through all troubles. There is a message from our loving universe for you. You will feel it in your heart. You may consider yourself to be a feisty, independent, strong person rather than one who is docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant and powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft to the ways of spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming someone you're not. When we are receptive to spirit, we become more unique, not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. This doesn't mean we should refuse to act at all. It just means that as we practice sensing and following spirit by tuning into the heart, we will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark. When we flow with the greater wisdom of life, far-reaching positive consequences awaken. Recognizing that spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is the prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine benefit for all beings can unfold through our endeavors. To be clear, the guidance of this oracle is not to hand over your power, nor to seek out spirit to tell you what to do. It is always up to you to exercise your free will and live your life as you choose. Sometimes the responsibility behind such freedom might seem too much, but this is our task as human beings, to own our freedom and exercise it with wisdom and delight. When you trust your courage more than your doubt, you will be ready to listen to spirit and act on what you perceive. You will be capable, willing, and ready to live as a light on this earth. You are also encouraged to ditch the drug of doubt. Doubt undermines your confidence and sends you on a mission to gain approval before making every decision. Approval can become the hit that alleviates doubt temporarily, but it prevents you from building the strength you need to listen for your own spiritual not knowing. You have it within you to be spiritually sovereign. This oracle asks you to recognize your inner potential and to practice trusting yourself and your capacity to respond to life's unpredictable happenings with soul-honoring integrity. I call upon the white light of spiritual grace, divine love, and soul healing. Please help me tune into the clear guidance in all areas of concern in my life. I choose to trust in the unfolding of a higher loving plan in my life, the divine timing of that plan, and my own capacity to respond and act with wisdom. I recognize that I am blessed, empowered, and protected as I fulfill my side of my divine soul contract with the universe. I have the courage to continue. I have the wisdom to embrace the inner light of my heart, helping, healing, and guiding me with grace. I have every right to be confident in myself and trusting of spirit. Really, what a powerful affirmation. So listen. Whether you are the publican or the paladin, trust yourself, because nothing is impossible, nothing. And I could sit here and I can channel and say it's too late. The bridge is burned. You blew it. And if you want to believe that, and I'm speaking to the publican right now, if you want to believe that, if your shadows would have you believe that you are too late and you can't change and you are doomed to suffer in the poor choice you made, and watch the paladin go off into the sunset with their knight in shining armor person, well, then that's your truth. Then that's your truth, and that's what's going to happen. But just because there is no bridge doesn't mean you can't swim. Doesn't mean that you're not the one meant to tie off the loose ends, because the only person you want in this world to give everything to is the paladin. Which means you better put that Ace of Wands fire under your ass and get stepping. Because if you don't, someone else is. Nothing's impossible. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. But you're going to have to meet them on that high energy, inside that compassion and inside that mercy. Because you understand now what it was like for them to be with you, because that's who you were to the person you ended up with. You looked at them like they were just a little bitch, right? Looking at the paladin like they're just a little bitch. I control them like a puppet. I just use them like a wallet, like a means to an end. They're just a little bitch. But they weren't. They were a whole lot stronger and a whole lot more powerful than you anticipated. And they didn't break. And you ended up being someone's little bitch. Just like they were to you. It's funny how karma does that. You know what it's like to be them now. So if you learned and you're willing to give them what they're worth and make them the whole world, start swimming. Start swimming. Believe that you can be the best version of yourself and make it to the other side. And that you're not going to suffer it out then. And if you want to feel sorry for yourself and be pitiful, that's fine. The divine has someone lined up for them as we speak who is going to treat them just fine. And you'll get to watch. And you'll get to watch. And feel pitiful for yourself. All you want. I promise. So until next time, guys, if this message found you, I hope it has been helpful and insightful. And I appreciate all your presence and your love and support of me and the channel. And I will catch you all on Monday for July's readings. Take care, everyone.